Let's now cross over live to Juja, where our senior reporter Vincent Odor has also been covering the by-election there for us. Vincent, a very good evening to you. How really was the day?
Absolutely, it has been a very long day of high-level voter apathy in the Juja by-elections, cutting across all the 184 polling stations. And there are fears among candidates participating in this by-election and also politicians from this region that the voter turnout might likely not be more than 10% of the total registered voters in this constituency, which is more than 115,000 registered voters. But so far, when I look at the screen, I realize that out of the 184 polling stations, only 7 polling stations have been able to transmit their results to the tallying center here. And basically, when I look at it, I realize that the candidate, People's Empowerment Party candidate George Koimburi, is leading with 387, followed by Jubilee's candidate Susan Waititu with 244 votes, and then the third person is Joseph Gichui with so far 40 votes. And basically that shows you how the voting pattern here. And you know, when we talked to some of the leaders, they said that the voter apathy might have been contributed by the people who live here in Juja constituency, because they are arguing that most of the electorates and residents here in Juja constituency are people who are business people, people who work in factories, and people who work in flower farms, and therefore that might have made them unable to turn up to vote, because today was a day of the week, and that they feel might have contributed to the low voter turnout across all the polling stations. But we're talking to the returning officer here. We are likely to get the results as far as the person who will be representing the residents of Juja in the National Assembly, likely minutes to midnight, because the votes really, the exercise is going quickly. And earlier on, I spoke to some residents here and a section of leaders to really get their insights on today's exercise, and this is what they said.
Siku ya leo hakuna watu wengi kama kawaida. Tumekuwa tukishuhudia wakati wa uchaguzi kuna watu wengi ambao upiga line hapa wakipiga kula, lakini siku ya leo tunakuja mmoja mmoja. Kwa hivyo ningeomba muweze kuja mpige kula. Hakuna wakati utakaa hapa, utakaa dakika 2 umalize na uende shughuli zako.
Mari nimefika nasikia siwezi piga kula tena, kwa sababu tunafanya hao watu kazi, wakichaenda kule huku hakunanga mabadiliko. Ndio wa MP hatujaona MP mwenye amekuwa akitufanyia kazi mzuri. Sasa sija decide kama nitapiga kula mpaka sasa, nifikirie, nikiona hata nisaidia, mimi narudi tu nyumbani. Naenda kupewa mtu kazi, anaenda anapata pesa, watoto wake anakaa vizuri, na watoto wangu wanarudi wakiumia. Barabara ni mbaya, shule ni mbaya, hakuna hata shule moja ya secondary mzuri huku Juja.
Hakuna maana kulalamika kwa upande moja juu ya hizi mashida, na wakati tunapewa nafasi ya kupiga kura hatujitokezi kupiga kura. Kwa hivyo sababu tumeona amani, usalama wa hali ya juu, ningelitaka wananchi wachukue hii nafasi.
The Juja by-election is critical when it comes to the national political discourse, because, you know, when you look at one of the parties, for instance, the Empowerment People's Party is associated with the Gatundu South MP Moses Kuria, who comes from the Jubilee faction that supports the UDA party, and the UDA party is associated with Deputy President William Ruto. And therefore, this makes this by-election a political litmus test for President Uhuru Kenyatta with regards to his support in his own political backyard, and also with regards to Deputy President efforts to penetrate Mount Kenya and also areas perceived to be the backyard of President Uhuru Kenyatta. And therefore, the results of this by-election is very critical moving forward to the 2022 general election. And therefore, by midnight, we'll be able to know among the 10 candidates, because one of the candidates withdrew the last minute, who will be able to represent the people of Juja in the National Assembly after the death of their Member of Parliament, the late Francis Waititu, formerly known as Wakape. That is it for now. I'm taking you back to studio.